and be a simple kind of man. I am a simple man. I've got a pretty simple trading strategy, as you have been witness to. Hopefully, you'll keep witnessing. But before we get started with our trades today, let's go on over here to my new. I bought a new robot named Tammy. Hey, Tammy, should I trade stock options today? How do you spell it, Bart? You can spell it. Should I trade stock options today, Tammy? Tell me. Let's see what Tammy has to say. No, trading stock options is a high risk activity, and you should only do it if you have solid understanding of the risks and the rewards. Well, let's find out. Let's take some risks and let's get some rewards. I was looking at the old J&J, Johnson and Johnson over there. They've got ex-div in a few days, and they're paying out a yearly dividend of $4.52. Here's their ex-dividend date. And today, as we know, is Valentine's Day. So I wish you and yours happy Valentine's Day. So I was thinking maybe I'll just buy 100 shares right now, collect the $113 bills that they're going to pay me on March 7th, and then we can immediately sell one call contract on the Johnson and the Johnson. So let's see here. J&J. Should have bought it earlier, Bart. It was down some. Well, it is. If we go to 1 day, I think it's up just a bit. Yeah, it's pretty flat. It's up 4 cents right now at 162.78. If we go over to the chart, which chart do you have up here? That's Coca-Cola. Let's take a look at J&J. See what they've been up to. Johnson & Johnson makes a lot of products that we all use, don't they? A lot of products that we all use. My internet, I got the farm field internet going. Although I did see a great picture of Elon Musk's. He had a big shipment of those Starlink satellites that I've been on the waiting list for more than a year. I saw a picture of those flying up into space. Once they get to orbit, maybe I'll get that call from Elon. Hello, Bart. Your satellites are ready. That doesn't sound anything like him. So this is 3 months. No, this is 1 year on the Johnson & Johnson. Let's go to 3 months on the J and see what they've been up to. If we look, what are the dates here? So if we look, most recently they closed at 162 and then 161.40, and then today they're under $163 a share. But if you look at the rest of that chart, hey, they're at the low end of their 3 months, at the low end of way under their 50-day moving average, way under the 20-day moving average. They're under the 200-day. And you know what? We could always rely on them paying us a dividend, can't we? If we look at their dividend history, if we look at J&J's history, we see that, hey, they've only been paying them for 60 years consecutively. That's a long time. Yes, it is. Not only that, but they've grown that dividend every year as well. So if we scroll down, we can see their quarterly amounts. We go back to 2018, you see they were paying 84 cents a share, then 90, then they raised it to 95, $1.01, and now they're all the way up to $1.13. And so anytime during this year that they raise that dividend, they will get another year up on the board, yes, and then they'll be at 61 consecutive years. So let's go ahead, see where they're at right now. Let's go ahead and buy 100 shares of Johnson & Johnson. That's going to cost me $16,272 bills. Review that order. Go ahead and buy. Okay, so we got 100 shares of Johnson & Johnson. Now, what if we traded that out? I'm thinking about a month. So we just bought those at what? Around 162.69. Write that down, Bart. 162.69-ish. If we sell a call, now that we own 100 shares, we'll sell a covered call. Let's go out a month and just see what that looks like. If we sell a 165. We're going to make a lot of bucks on that, $158. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll try to rake in $158 right here. You know what? Let's try for a $1.60. How's that sound? Let's try for a $1.60, and that is for a covered call expiring March 17th. $1.60. So that is sold. So there's $160 bills in our pocket, and we would make a little bit of a spread from where we bought the stock at about $162.69. And if they do indeed get called away at 165, we'd make the difference between those two numbers plus the $160 we just put in our pocket. So what else are we looking at, Bart? Well, I can't help it. The girl can't help it. He just can't help it. Google, what's the Googler doing? Today, the Googler is down again. Come on, Google. It's down, but it certainly isn't out. In fact, let's make a couple trades on the Googler. I'm feeling pretty good about Google. I think they've been beat up because of their robot did not know 2 plus 2, but they'll work on Bard. Maybe they'll rename him Brad, right? They might. Maybe if they named him Bart, he would not get anything wrong. That'd be a lie, though. You get a lot wrong. I do. So let's go out a month also on the Googler just to get some of that theta, some of that time. Because when you're selling these puts, time can do so much to put money in your pocket. Oh, yeah. What are we looking at? How about $88 on the Googler? I like it. I like it a lot. Let's do $88 on the Googler, $1.41. So if we just carry the one, if we do the math quickly, if we got $1.41 and we divided that by the strike price of $88, right? If we divide it by 88, wait. If we divide it by 88, and then we've got 0.016, and if we were able to pull this type of trade off 12 times in a year, we would have a 19.2% return on our capital. Hey, that's a pretty good number on the Googler that doesn't pay a dividend. So basically, we can force it to pay us a dividend. Now it's up to $1.43, $1.42. Let's continue here, and let's see. It's pretty tight on the old bid and ask. How about 4 contracts? What do you say? Let's do it. Let's try for 4. Let's see. Hey, it's going down on you, Bart. Let's see. Let's try it right there. And we got filled right there. $576 bills in our pocket on the 4 contracts of Google, and they did claw $35,200 into their collateral coffers. But I wanted to also look at our friends over on the Amazon. Every day is Sparkle Barbie. Lady spends a lot. She seems to have packages arriving from that company, so they must be doing something right. Currently down just a little bit today. Let's see what we can do. I'd like to look at this out a month as well. Sell a put on the Amazonian, 31 days out, March 17th. If we were to look at a conservative play, let's just try a conservative number. How conservative you want to go? How low can you go? Well, I could go down low. Let's go down here at 86. We got an 87% chance of profiteer with a 11 delta, 42.7 implied volatility. These companies, these high flyers, Tesla, Amazon, Google, all these types of companies are always going to have, at least for now, a much higher implied volatility than your like J&J that we just looked at. So let's see here. We've got 70 cents. What would that return be if we carry the 1? Let's see, 70 cents. Clear that out, 0.7. And if we were to divide that by $86, and then we multiplied it by 12, we'd have close to a 10% return on a fairly conservative play on Amazon. If we were to make this type of trade 12 times a year, based on the capital that's going to be required. because they're going to take $8,600, put that in the old collateral clawback escrow machine. Let's go with 3 of the Googler. What did no? This is Amazon. Let's go with 3 Amazons, 70 cents. Try to collect ourselves $210, and there we go. There's $210 for Amazon. A little bit of premium in there. What are we at right now on this one session of trading? We've got $946 in our pocket. I wanted to make a few bucks today because tomorrow morning, very early in the morning, we're going to jump on the old jet airplane and we're going to head from Midway Airport in Chicago because we live in Northwest Indiana. We're about an hour and 15 minutes from Midway Airport. So we will drive to Midway and we'll jump on a early flight. I think it's an 8:30 a.m. flight down to Memphis. We're going to head down to Memphis. Me and Lady Travels, along with Kid 3, a.k.a. Bart II, a.k.a. Deuce. We're going to go down to Memphis. We're going to check out Sun Studios, where Elvis and a lot of the great artists began their careers. And then there is a country artist named Colter Wall, who I had never heard of, but my 15-year-old son loves. We're going to be checking out concert that he has, and then Friday we're going to the Graceland to check out Elvis's old crib, Elvis Presley, and then on Saturday we're going to drive over to Nashville and spend a couple days in Nashville checking out some of the haunts there. Lady Country Music and we love country music. I actually love all kinds of music. But we're going to be checking out Nashville. It'll be our 4th trip to Nashville in the last 2 to 3 years. So I was looking at love because, I'm sentimental, and today is Valentine's Day. And you know how I feel about my bride, my lady bride. It'll be 25 years of marriage this August. And I always tell her, I said, if you ever leave me, I'm coming with you. So on this day, to commemorate my love for my bride, along with the fact that we'll be on Southwest Airlines tomorrow morning, let's take a look at, I know it's up today, so not the greatest day to be getting in on the puts, selling the puts on love, but let's just see what kind of action we can get. I don't know. I normally like the shorter trades, week or 2 weeks out. But today I've been just feeling the 1 monthers. So let's go to sell put on love. That's Southwest Airlines. Let's look out a month, 31 days. They're currently at 35.50. And I'm pretty sure my friends over on the Alpha spread, you know what they would say. I think they would say that love is undervalued. But let's make sure. Southwest Airlines, alphaspread.com. And they currently feel on a base case scenario that love is indeed 14% undervalued, and it should be trading more like 41.03, and it's currently at the 35.48. So let's take a look at love 1 month out. Let's go real conservative on the love and just check it out at 32.50. We're going to do, what do you think? Let's go with 2 contracts. 35 cents. Can we get that? Can we get that? Can I get a amen? We got 2 contracts for the love, 32.50 strike price, expiration March 17th, and we added $70 to the coffers. And let's see, I wanted to also look at Coke, because Coke, despite what I had mentioned to you the other day, Coke is down today. See, it's down 1.38%. Which is a surprise, but you never know what the market's going to do, because Coca-Cola did basically meet, they just barely exceeded expectations on revenues and earnings per share. But hey, isn't that supposed to be good? It is. And they even had, a good outlook, considering they feel that inflation is beginning to stall a bit. So that'll be good for them as far as the production of their sugar water. But I thought, hey, let's try something fun on Coke. If we click on the trade of the Coca-Cola, and we have I think it's a 57, pretty sure it's a 57 put that expires next week. We'll just check on it real quick. February 24th, there it is. There's that $57 strike price. on the put, and last week I think we, or yeah, was it last week? I don't know. What's today? Tuesday. We collected like $28, and now we would only get 7 if we traded that. So let's look at again another March 17th trade. Take a look at this put. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to be aggressive right here. $57.50, 1 month out, $47. We're going to do one contract. Can we collect 48? Do I hear $48? You do. There we have it. $48 bills, y'all. What else did you have on the docket? I was looking to roll a couple things. Let's look over here. Excuse me. I was looking at Ford, rolling I didn't want to lose my 500 shares of Ford. They're down 13 cents today. They're at $12.93. That call, because I received that special dividend from Ford, my $13.50 call was rolled down accordingly to $12.85. I'm going to let Ford ride. It is only Tuesday. This expires Friday. In the meantime, we'll see what the market does. I may not have to do anything, and I'll be able to keep my shares, but I do want to try to protect them. If it comes down to it, got to put up that moat around my Ford. I do have a 1991 Ford Mustang GT convertible currently in storage. The name of that car is Foxy. If you know why that 1991 Mustang GT white with red interior is named Foxy, please leave that in the comments below, because that means you're pretty cool. But you can see I got a lot of action coming up on the Googler. Currently, these of course, that call isn't. That's our call that we made live together. We'll do it live. But I've got a 96 put, 95 put, 90 put. Obviously, the 96 and 95 are certainly in jeopardy of being signed. I don't even think I'll roll them, though. I think I'll just put them in my pocket and then sell some covered calls if it comes down to it. Mo is in trouble. Big Mo, don't go. Puff, puff, pass on those cigarettes. Altria Group right there. That's in trouble as well. So we'll be keeping an eye on that, because if we look, it's a 47.50 call. And you see Mo is currently at 47.53. Oh, Mo. I don't want to lose you, Mo. I may have to protect you. So let's go 1 week out. What's Mo been doing? It's up 2.27. Mo doesn't move a lot, but it does pay a lot of dollar bills, y'all, on the dividends. So we want to keep those dividends in our hot pockets. Did you want to say hot pants? I'm not. I swear to you, I'm not wearing hot pants right now, and I'm not eating hot pockets. But we are trying to make a couple bucks here. I think we're going to end it right there as far as our trades for this video is concerned, and we're going to tally up our numbers. Let's see what we have. Let's clear that. We did $160 on the J&J call, right? We did $576 on the Google call. We did $210 on the Amazonian. Then we went in for the love, because today is Valentine's Day. We went for the love, right? And we collected $70 bills. And then we also got $48 on the Coca-Cola for a total of, so $1,064 today. That'll pay for a little bit of our trip to Memphis, and Nashville. So I may be radio silent for the next several days, but I'll be back soon. Be looking for those YouTube shorts, though. I want to be able to share those with you as we go. I've been enjoying those. Please subscribe to this channel, like the video, leave me some comments, share it with a friend, all the good stuff, and I will see you in the next video.